Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Fire Emblem Three Houses. So yeah, we're heading off to Ferdiad because we've got to go defeat Dimitri and we've got to defeat the Empire. But currently, Cornelia's in our way. Well, not even her, just her giant tits are in the way. We literally can't, I can't get past the damn things. Nah, but in all seriousness, we're facing off against Cornelia, who's currently got employed Rodriguez and Felix, of all people, to help her out. So we've got to get past them. And that, because, you know, they're just type of, we're just seizing Arianrhod, or whatever it is, and they're just like, kind of just a temporary setback, if you will. They're not like a major concern. And yep, here she is, Cornelia herself, and it's like, oh, how dare they deceive me? I thought they were going to attack the kingdom first. It's like, this is a more strategic vantage point, and you're less of a threat, so we're going to get rid of you first, and stuff like that. And again, Cornelia's fucking face, she's just like, now that's the face of salt. Also, it's like, oh, the Silver Maiden. Why, yes, I am a Silver Maiden. Not you. She's actually just looking at Micaiah's stats. Like, she's scrolling through, scrolling through her phone, playing Fire Emblem Heroes. Like, oh, the Silver Maiden. It's like, hey, over here, bitch. Huh, sorry, what? I don't fucking care. So yeah, even the game gives you the strategy. Focus on the front, flank from the sides, and that's the idea. Oh yeah, so the things are called tightness. I refer to them as Gundams just because I can't help it. Yeah, so again, these things are just really damn awesome. But again, also, we're going to get this down and say, which shows that Cornelia's just a really backstabbing bitch. She's just like, again, oh yeah, while you're there, happily kill Felix and Rodriguez too, because fuck both of them. Yeah, well, I hope tightness and so on fucks you too. It's probably all you're good for anyway. Ugh. Oh, sorry, that was a bit dark. Okay, never mind. Sorry, I apologize about that, but still. You know, it's just, you know, Cornelia's just like, yada. But, so yeah, the chapter itself, I quite like it. As again, it's kind of like, well again, for them it's like, because again, the enemy's laid out in the way which is more defensive, whereas your units are more on the offense. You've got to flank from multiple sides, you've got to, you know, split up the army and stuff like that. I think it's pretty cool in that regard. The enemy variety here isn't that great, but in exchange, the enemies are pretty damn potent. There goes Dorothea with the Levin sword. Sweet. And so, you know, it's this definitely is a case of bring your strongest units at to deal with the fight. And as far as the units that really work in this chapter, well, again, flying units can really work just to get across, you know, travel easily throughout the map. But for me personally, if your unit has a good gambit, definitely prioritize that because what's its face? There are like these mechanized type things, which are basically, you know, like the demonic beasts of the chapter, and they're really powerful. In fact, I think they're the strongest versions of the ones we fight, because there are when you go up against Rhea's got a few of her own, but they're not nearly as difficult. And again, I think that's actually a really nice attention to detail. The fact that Cornelia has basically the best version of this type of enemy, because that's the whole thing she does. You know, I assume, based on what I know, she like either just uses them the most or knows how to manufacture them, stuff like that. So having, you know, now there goes that picture with the hammer. So having, you know, a unit that, so having a boss who specializes in that, have the strongest versions makes a lot of sense, even if she's not the final boss. I think that's really cool. And so, yeah, good gambits really work here. Flying units, good mages really work, because there's quite a lot of, because there's a good mix of armor and units and other mages. So if you've got a good mage, you can do a lot of damage in regards to just destroying the armor units. But at the same time, if you've got a good mage, you can also tank the other magical units too. So it works both ways. Good speed definitely helps here, and good HP pool. Archer's actually pretty damn effective against the other mages, but so generally,
nerf this!
I'd say units that are alright. So I'd say either flying and good ranged classes can really excel here. That's my personal preference. Overall, I like the chapter. Again, you know, just the way you go about it, spreading out the forces and so on. Because it's not too big, but because of how it's laid out, also. There are lots of vantage points for the enemy to take, so you've got to be quite careful and decide, alright, which side do I want to attack from? You know, because there are ways you can, like, and there are also traps where you can take the time to deactivate, but you can also rush through the traps, which, while dangerous, won't outright destroy you. And I think that's a nice trade-off. So, for me personally, I enjoyed this chapter. something also interesting I noticed is, compared to the Golden Deer, you fight way more of the Blue Lions. Which again, I just thought to myself, you know, that was kind of an interesting tidbit. Yeah, I'll use Rally because I need the extra thing. Because for this first time, I'm just going to tank him. I need, you know, the extra resistance. So what I thought was interesting is the fact that, like, because you face, in total, you face Claude, well, obviously Claude and Dimitri, they're the leaders, you have to face them. You face Ignatz, Leone, Hilda, and Lysithia, so that's 4. Whereas with the Blue Lions, I mean, I can't speak for Ingrid and Mercedes because they're on my side beforehand, but you face, you know, you face Felix, Dedue, Sylvain, Dimitri, Annette, and Ash. You know, you face a lot of them. You practically face, again, I don't know what happens with Mercedes and Ingrid, but you basically face all of them. Which, again, I think that's an interesting detail, because, again, the Golden Deer didn't really have beef with, alright, like, Claude didn't really have beef with Edelgard, but Dimitri did, so obviously the houses would be facing off against each other. Because, again, I wouldn't say the houses had beef, because they definitely didn't, you know, because, you know, like, you know, Dorothea was a Black Eagle, but her best friend is, you know, Ingrid and so on. So I think that's quite cool, just the way, yeah. But, oh yeah, I think it's quite cool the fact that you face more Blue Lions. And another thing that is interesting, especially because of the story context, is that, you know, because Felix doesn't like to team up with his father and stuff like that. He, like, again, I wouldn't be surprised if in Blue Lions you face off against him. But here, because of the situation has changed, he's happy to team up with him. And again, I think that's kind of cool. Yeah, the reason I equipped Nosferatu was for White Magic Avoid, also the things coming my way. Yeah, so again, I didn't do anything to Rodrigue. Yeah, and so on, yeah. Oh yeah, so I've got Linhardt on my side as well. Because again, I really just wanted to focus on attack this round, whereas Linhardt was more support. And again, I already had Mercedes who could do that, and she's a little bit better on the attacking front. Yeah. So there goes Petra with the hammer. I'm convinced that wasn't the hammer, I'm convinced that was just the Wyvern. Again, it's again, that's why another thing that's so good about Three Houses, when you notice, or, yeah, again, I think he gets on like, yeah, 1 HP, good lord. Again, close call, Petra, close call. But again, it's by playing different pathways, you just notice other details and seeing how characters vary slightly depending on the allegiance and the story. It's really, really damn cool. Again, it's just one of those things that makes it all the more interesting. And yeah, Edelgard tanked for days. You didn't really need to dodge that, but I'll happily take it. And yeah, Shamir on my side because I think Shamir. I think that's because I can't remember. Because in most of the situations, I would have actually equipped Shamir, considering, you know, I prioritized archers. I think back then I didn't realize how like adjacent units work or adjunct units, so I just went with whatever. So, but you know, now I do. Now I know how, that they can be equipped manually. It's one of those hindsight's 20/20 type things. So yeah, yeah. What a nuisance. Yeah, fucking traps. But the traps, again, they're not too bad, and you can disable them. But again, it's not like, yeah, because I actually do get my units to walk over them. It's just a case of, you know, how much risk are you willing to take. Yeah, here we go.
Nerf this!
And there goes Bunny Bear. We've still got quite a lot of criticals to go, because I know the total number by the end.
There you are, standing before me, ready for death.
Yeah, also be careful of Felix, because I think he has like guard or pervice, which like cuts some of his damage in half. But he's still, you know, full susceptible to things. He's got the shield, yeah, he's got the shield as well. So that's cool.
Part of me has been waiting for this since I met you.
I always did want to kick your ass.
Come at me.
What enough talk. Very well. Yeah, he uses pervice, but it's still not enough. And Felix is dead. Good night, Felix. I mean, again, I personally, I know it's a great unit, but character-wise, I didn't care for him that much. So again, I didn't feel. Well, also remember, I didn't play Blue Lions at that time, so you know. Yeah, and there's Rodrigue, just getting his ass handed to him. It's like, go join your son in hell. I mean, you think about it, this is kind of a nice way, a nice-ish way for it to end. They end by each other's side on battlefield, which is probably the ideal way for them to go out. Edelgard, this isn't necessary. No, Edelgard is always necessary.
I'm impressed.
So we get extra ASP as well. Is it enough to... No, it isn't. Yeah, but like again, a lot of these chapters, just the mechanized things, whatever they're called, they will be like the biggest point of contention because they take quite a few like turns to take down. For me at least, you know. But it also prioritizes, you know, again, that's why units with good gambits can really help, and that's where because again, by the late game, having really good authority starts to pay off. So good authority is a long-term investment. Yeah, there's the lever. So I think that disables the traps on the right-hand side. But if you do the left for the left-hand side, yeah. Yeah, Mercedes just spends her time in the background just purely being like the designated healer. God, I am so fucking thankful they gave bows to flying units in this game, like, without the need to become a Kinshi Knight. It just works so well. And there's yeah, I must have used dance. There's one. I'm probably gonna get hit, yeah. Ouch. Oh yeah, those are warlocks. So yeah, I'm looking forward because again, something tells me this chapter is going to be the same, or like same layout in Blue Lions, but you know, I'm interested to see like what the enemy's like, how like if Cornelia is harder, because again, I assume she's still a Gremary, and being a Gremary as a boss, you know, that might be quite difficult. Because Randolph was I think he was just a warrior, not a war master. Brigand, like a you know. Brigand type thing, but like, you know, what Hilda is at the moment. So, you know, I'm interested to see if she's a Gremary, that might be dangerous. I mean, granted, you know, she doesn't have the best defense or speed, but that magic output, magic damage is no thing. Also, am I the only one who thinks Gundam looks a lot like, what's his face? Ash's, is it Lorenz? No, not Lorenz. Lorenz is the other dude. No, Lenato. That's it. Lenato. Yeah. There's one. Yeah, there's two. So like I said, you've got a good magic user, it can really come in handy because the Great Knights... Ooh, Great Knights took another hit in this game. It's like Sacred Stones with Great Knights. Because again, in Fates, while they had the less moves, again, they got really nice boosts to their their attack and their defense and stuff like that. And again, they got to wield axes too. Here, a lot of that stuff is just kind of irrelevant. Again, look at that thing. It's fucking... It's a Gundam. It's a fucking Gundam. Look at it. Again, it's dangerous too. Again, I like the way they look. It's like the most advanced we've seen in Fire Emblem, but I just love the idea, like, you know, the ones who serve in the dark, because of what they do, they're able to make something like this, which feels completely unique. Yeah, the Church have those other doll things, but this feels more like a mechanized, you know, mobile suit. And I think that's really, really damn cool. Yeah, so anyway, I just zoom in to see what Cornelia's like. So, yeah. Just good lord. Yeah, I'm still not getting over it. At the end of the day, boss unit, what the hell? I'm not gonna make a massive rant about it. I just thought I'd show it off. Yeah, Lysithea being Lysithea. So, yeah. Should think. Yeah. Oh yeah. So who gets to put his spear to good use? Just again, he fucking one-shots him. It's just lovely. Again, I really like how some of the legendary weapons, or just how some units, they're like the recommended builds, while not always the best, sometimes like the recommended areas of study usually are the optimal things. Like Petra has a, because I think she has an increased flying and axe, so it's like become a Wyvern Knight. Yeah. Yeah, again, who are you again? Again, that's the thing I've also noticed, yeah, I reckon obviously it depends on the pathway, but there are like, I did notice with Black Eagles, there's like, and I imagine the same for like, it would be the same for Blue Lions if you haven't played Black Eagles first. Like, what was it? Randolph was kind of a one-note character, but you know, oh, that's actually a really strong gambit. Too bad it ain't hitting. But like, you know, Gwendolyn was just kind of there, but also that other dude in the Golden Deer bit who had the really pompous mustache, who looked like such a posh cunt. Sorry to say. That's the vibe I got. So obviously, I think that's a good hint. I think, you know what, that's actually an interesting, like, you know, I personally think that's kind of cool. Because it's like hinting at what's to come, or, you know, if you play the other pathway, you find out more about them.
Pretty good, huh?
So again, because I'd like to see more about Gwendolyn, see what his deal is, and like, you know, so on. So, yeah. Oh yeah, and he runs like, I'm running away, and I'm running back. Ow. Why did they not use White Magic Avoid? I don't know, honestly. I do not know. I guess because I had Axe Breaker. Yeah. And now I'm an Enlightened one. And not like Bloodborne. No, I'm not turning into, you know, one of the divine beings or whatever it is. Yeah. So yeah, be careful there because those have decent crit rate. I think they kind of just look, they look so cool. The giant shields, they look, again, the way they look and like the design, it looks like a giant fortress. Literally it's like a moving fortress. That's really, really awesome. Thankfully there's only 2 of them in this map. But sometimes 2 is all, again, in this case, that's all you need. Ah, Christ almighty. Sweet. Again, look, it takes me, again, well, to be fair, it's partially because the team split up, but it does take me quite a bit of effort just to break through them. And they've got, you know, the Aegis skill and stuff like that. They're not pushovers, these things, with 2 health bars. Be careful. Definitely be careful. So yeah, we move him closer. But again, all the more reason why it's to have really good gambits. Because again, this is where Hubert and Lysithea really, really shine. Which is, you know... I also... Speaking along the lines of gambits, yo... I'm glad if I... Yeah, just like... Good, look at that. Fuck me. That's gotta... Yeah, poor Ingrid. Just like, no, it's just like... Yeah, but anyway, speaking of gambits, I do like how... Because again, early on, gambits are relatively thing, but when you get access to the higher ranking of them, like, the damage output is, like, incomprehensible. Well, not incomprehensible, but... just really fucking impressive. Not only that, but the gambits themselves, a lot of like the big ones, rather than just getting rid of like a section of armor or a small bit, they just take out the entire damn thing. Which again is even more useful because sometimes all you need is 2 gambit shots and boom, you destroyed an enemy's armor completely. I mean, granted, stuff like Fusilier takes off 3/4, but what's better, taking off 4 or 3? Exactly. You know, oh yeah, that's one hell of a big one. So again, 1 gambit destroys his armor and takes him down 2. Again, Hubert and Lysithea, man, their gambit, you know, Edelgard, don't get me wrong, other units have really good gambits too. I've seen Dimitri's one's great, you know, I've seen Edelgard's got really great ones, but like, fucking hell, Hubert's gambit is something else. And again, love a great attention to detail. Oh, his armor's broken, he lost the shield. It just works, little lies stunning shows, people buy, money flows, it just works. Oh, sorry, that's one of the best fucking songs I've heard ever, just because a lot of people say it's basically a Disney villain song, and yeah. Why did I show this off? I just think I wanted to show off the Brave Bow. I must gain something from it, but yeah, so it's like, that big stand there like, I can do this all day. Oh, he actually does get level up. So, sweet! Yeah. But again, I really do like how Three Houses kind of does the Radiant Dawn thing. Oh, poor Gundam. It kind of does the Radiant Dawn thing where by the end your units are just so unbelievably powerful, it's really exhilarating to witness just seeing all this damage. But unlike Radiant Dawn, Three Houses makes the enemy equally as strong, so you can't just go nuts. Because again, by the end of Radiant Dawn, you just, again, once Ike's got a few levels under his belt as a Vanguard, just literally plop him in the center, give him, what's his face? Give him Ragnar and he's good. He can literally just like solo stuff, and the Goose Kings too. You know, it is very therapeutic, don't get me wrong, it's very therapeutic to have Fire Emblem units be super strong. Oh yeah, I got Seal Defense. Not that Petra's gonna need it, for the most part, but considering how strong she is. She'll kill them, it's like, I won't need to seal, the only thing I'm gonna seal is their life. But, yeah, again, I'm all for having Fire Emblem units feel really strong, but I'd like a challenge too, so I don't get carried away, and so I feel like I'm not just walking through the enemies, and that's where Three Houses excels, in my opinion. You know, it has that really good balance down. It's not like other Fire Emblem, I'm trying to think of another example of Fire Emblem game where it was just both you and the enemies were just unbearably, like, weak. Well, because anyway, Sacred Stones, you were actually pretty strong. It's just the enemy was unbearably weak, and that was really annoying. Because again, FE7 knows about equal. The enemies weren't that tough, but they weren't, alright, so more so the Hector hard mode ones. They weren't that tough, some of them were quite strong, but you also had relatively strong units as well. I mean, you had fucking Pent and so on. So, again, that's kind of even. Binding Blade, no, the enemy's definitely strong. Binding Blade might be the opposite, actually. Well, it depends, really. If you get lucky, you can have some really strong Binding Blade units, but because it's a more base-dependent than skill than growth-dependent game, it can be a really, really tough case, especially because some of the hard mode boss in Binding Blade, like the ones in Sakura, are just actual bullshit. Like, again, I was lucky when playing the thing, because, again, I wasn't doing, like, 0% growth, so I was able to get lucky with level ups. I was able to have support, anyway, I used support bonuses to my advantage, but even I thought, like, the lack of, like, the minimal hit rate, because again, it's like 90% of 90 avoids. Like, it's fucking stupid, man. I'm sorry, that was just fucking stupid. But I'm trying to think of a final game where it's like that, where it's a case of you and the enemies just feel really damn weak. Awakening was a case of I was just way too strong. Path of Radiance, maybe? Maybe? You didn't, because again, I never felt that strong in Path of Radiance, but neither did the enemies. So that might be the case, but then again, that, that makes it all the more, that's probably because it leads into Radiant Dawn, just the units are stronger. It's been so long since Shadow Dragon, but no, I definitely remember my units being strong in Shadow Dragon, so it's not that either. Fire Emblem 4, no, well, actually, no, Fire Emblem 4 is kind of on that balance side, but even then, that's more so with just enemy numbers. Whereas with Fire Emblem 4, it's once a case of, oh, you got legendary weapons? Oh, okay, you're all good. Yeah, you're good, you're good, you're good. Okay, I'm thinking. You know what?
Oh, let's break it!
Honest to God, I think that's the problem I had with Echoes later down the line. Not early on. Now, early on I thought Echoes was pretty good, but later down the line, as frustrating as Echoes was, the enemy was not, the enemy were not impressive. You literally just kind of ran through them with, like, the, like, Dread Fighters, Gold Knights, and so on. And, like, Bow Knights as well. You just fucking destroyed them. That's, that off the top of my head, that's the vibe I got. From what I remember of Echoes. I could be misremembering. I played on hard mode, so, I could be misremembering, but that's the vibe I got. Because early on, the Echoes enemies, especially some of, like, the dragons and stuff, can be quite dangerous. Just later down the line, again, you just kind of, like, I can do this all day. And not because because I'm sturdy, just because you guys aren't very strong. Yeah. We're not going to finish this chapter. We're going to fight Cornelia next time. We just wanted to show off most of it and just, like, how to progress. But again, most of it's, like, I spent 10 minutes fighting this. Oh, wait, there's 3 of them. My bad. So, yeah, I've had, like, 10 minutes fighting these damn things. And again, it's Petra's side that has to deal with them. They don't have the magic. The only magic user they've got is Dorothea.
Nice try.
Ooh, nice dodge. But, thankfully, the team's working well together. And I think this is one of the better Black Eagles maps. I don't think it's as good as, like, the last 2. Or, well, yeah, I like the last 2. But a lot of that was story and also just the boss fights. But I like this one along with the Claude one as well. This one, the last 2, the one with Claude are my standout maps for me. Personally. But, I like them all in general. Regarding main maps, not paralogs. So anyway, thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. So for when we come back, we're going to finish up this chapter, take down the final Gundam, literally, like, just get rid of Cornelia and finally have her put her tits away. And we're also going to miss out on one of the coolest cutscenes in the game, instead of as Hubert is just going to describe it to us. Oh, joy. Until then, thank you all very much for watching. I will see you next time. Take care and have a wonderful day.